Welcome to thepowerofvoices.com. It is the Comedy Hour Live with AnnaMarie. My guest tonight, actually, he's been like a regular on my show, is Rocky, the comic. Hey, Rocky. Our other
Hey,
guests,
Anna Marie.
we don't freaking know.
That's all
Wait,
right.
they're a fickle bunch, you comedians.
Whoa, I'm here very regularly. So how
Yes,
how do I
very
get lumped
regularly. All
into
right, all
that?
right. It's just. I had to say comedians. I didn't want you to say, "Well, hey, I'm a comedian. What about me?" Because I wanted to
Mm.
include you in that. But yeah, like at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and we got the show tonight. But hey, man, you're gonna be. Oh, I meant to call you. When?
Yeah, I think the longer you're in LA, the more that
Yeah, I
starts to
guess
rub off.
that starts to happen. People evaluate the worth of what driving the 405.
Not even the worth of it. I don't know. I don't know. It's just like part of that. It might have something to do with traffic.
It might, but there's such
But
a
this that whole flaking on things, I don't know. Just flaking on
yeah,
plans.
flaking on
Yeah.
plans. Well, the idea of flaking on plans being that is a flake that they're like, oh yeah, man, I was gonna
Yeah, they're
hit you
all
up.
hyped up
It-
beforehand, and
right,
then
right.
you're
And
like, "Hey, so I'll see you tomorrow, right?" Oh, well, forgot to. Yeah.
well, what I talked to Lee about it, and what I'm thinking of doing is having some of the comedians that are willing to do so send me clips so we can have little clips shown of their various stuff that they want shown throughout the show to
How is that
show
going to
the
make them
want to come to it. It's
come and attend?
so
Oh,
no, just add
that's
a little variety to the show. Yeah, then we could just talk about it. We wouldn't even have to have them on. So if they show up fine, we could always have them call in, open the phone line. Do you have a drive-through window on the side? I don't know. We'll figure it out. It's Tyree's birthday today. If I say that, Tyree Spivey. I don't know. He's hilarious. He's got so much stuff on Instagram. He was actually on my show with Sean G. Grant,
okay.
who's doing hey, you see what you were in the thing that Sean's doing, the little heads up on everybody, the little bios.
Yeah, that was really
I
cool.
mean, that's wicked cool.
It shocked me.
Yeah, because being a fickle bunch that you are, this guy's really focused on giving back. That's really sharing the love.
And that's what's up. Because not only that, but you tend to speak highly of the people who've been doing it for 20 plus years and how on it they are. So it can't be all comics.
No, well, yeah, that's true too. But he was nice enough. That's true to point out me being he did a thing on me as well. Supporting the LA
Mm.
scene, which
Mm-hmm.
trying to get out there and do more of that. And see what the funny is at all the different clubs. Because I know that, and in mentioning that, like the comedy shows that everybody's putting on is pretty impressive. Saturday, I would say the 13th, for people to check because people inbox me what they're doing, and there's so much stuff going on.
Yeah.
For and everybody's all over the place. It'd be nice just to have oh, that's what we should have, like the shuttle service. We can get you from, you can do 10 minutes, have a drink, yep, everybody back on the bus, and then we'll go to the next comedy club. So the lucky people at the end of it will just be fucking hilarious because they'll be shit faced. Yeah, that'd be good, right?
Yeah,
Right.
that would be real interesting. It'd be like
Just comedy club
a
tour.
comedy tour,
We could have comedians
but
on the tour bus as well.
okay.
Yeah, we could just make the whole night
Because normally a comedy tour is a comic visiting different clubs.
right.
But on this comedy tour, it's just a group of just fans going and
Going
hitting
from
different
club to club.
clubs. Yeah.
I think it'd be great.
It would be great if the clubs could agree to like a flat rate or some kind of a package
Right?
deal because
Yeah, that would be cool. Well, maybe we could arrange like one room. Okay, the opening act would actually be on the bus, getting everybody all warmed
warm
up.
Sure.
And then when we get to the club, because think you club people have to
'Cause
come up
every
with new
club is
ideas
like
to bring people
money
in.
to get in,
Right.
2 item minimum.
Right. But
So how do
think
we
bigger.
get around that? 3 clubs?
Right.
That
Right.
night's going to run you like $175.
Well, yeah. If you don't forget parking. You don't have to deal with that.
Well, you don't have to deal with the
you don't have to
parking
deal
on
with
the bus.
roadblocks. You don't have to deal with the fact that people are going to be checking you out as you're trying to drive home. Of course, when you get to the parking lot where you let
That really works. So if every club you're doing your 2 drink minimum and you hit 3 spots,
Yeah.
but you're not driving.
right. You got we're
So
driving.
the shuttle actually takes you home. That's
That's
where
it.
it'll mess up because
No, because you're gonna have a
everybody
parking
lives
lot.
on different sides.
And
of
no,
town.
because people would probably arrange to have Uber They
Mm.
would probably Uber themselves to the parking lots because, or
Mm.
Lyft, which I do. So feel free to let Lyft know.
Yeah, I was trying to see if you were working in some little
Right. It's like, do you get a
deal
sticker?
for yourself.
Shuttle a drunk.
No throwing up.
No.
Have
Yeah.
to give them the little comedy barf
Yeah,
bags.
because there you go. That would be perfect. The little logos on the side. He was so funny. He made me puke.
Our advertisers. Yeah, yeah. Okay, okay.
Yeah, I mean, we could serve that. And now, see, you could do it on a corporate level, for corporate parties. We could
Mm-hmm.
get this going. I wonder how much it would cost. I'm looking to invest
That's
the
crazy you
money.
say that. I used to do a bus tour.
Did you?
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
crazy.
It was a business bus tour. We would go and visit businesses. And the whole
That
point was
sounds
to
fucking.
get people to recycle money back into their own communities and that type of thing. Yeah, it was really awesome.
Really?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
can't, imagine everybody going, yay, field trip at work. Pack my bag of lunch.
No, it was like it was always on a Saturday, and we would go visit these businesses, and it was interesting because even for natives from my hometown in Tampa, we would take them to businesses that they weren't aware of.
Okay.
And for the businesses, it was like their best day in business. Because imagine if we brought 1 to 3 bus loads of potential customers to you.
Yeah,
Because
well,
that's the biggest issue with most businesses. It's like that foot traffic, or you know what I mean?
yeah, I was
Like
I was in
sustaining.
retail, the sustaining that, but you'd have to offer again. This is why I think this would be a great idea because comedy shows are businesses. So
They are.
if you had wedding parties, I mean, to think outside the box as far as like how do you bring in more people?
And sometimes you get a group discount anyway.
Yeah.
But the thing is, like, they would want you there for.
Oh, and then you could get pitches with the comedians that you could have your own
So
pitches.
I could see if you
Which
were
is
doing
good for
it
comedians
like,
because they're getting promo because they're on people's Instagram.
yeah,
Should have
yeah,
picture shoot time in
you
front
get
of
it
one of them
all in one
screens.
shot. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, you
yeah.
really and you do that up. Oh, maybe you would do a complimentary
I
drink.
think you'd probably do one club per night or something like that.
No, you would go to a couple of clubs because the Sunset Strip. You have a couple of clubs that you could that would get in on that because it's not like it's a regular thing. It's like it'd be a group specialty rate that certain parties. You got bachelor parties, you got bachelorette parties, you've got just graduation parties, you got corporate parties. I mean, people that would go in groups to do something different. You know, businesses are always looking to give their employees a job perk, and what better is to go see comedians. I mean, seriously, you and you're thinking, but somebody out there is
I'm
going.
thinking. I'm like, how could this really work? Because all right, so if you work out the group discount with the club, and then you know you're going to want to be there for at least an hour
Right, so it would
or
be
two.
right.
That's
So
usually
how
about
much is a
most
set?
shows might run like 2 hours.
Okay, so you'd have to for this particular show, if you had enough traffic that the club would find it with their interest to do like a small stage. Because I've seen those clubs where this room shut down because nobody's in them. So if you had one room for an hour show for like do 3 comedians each, and then you go to the next one, another hour there to fill rooms that aren't filled, and you would do them on right. I mean,
Yeah, I'm trying to figure it out because it's like, all right, you hit this, you bum rush this club with what, 20 people, 30 people
yeah,
for an hour, and then boom, everybody leaves, and so
the room's
everybody
only
else in
for
the
an
room
hour.
is like, what just happened? Like
Listen,
you're the
I
next comic when
listen.
everybody
We
just
we got to work
this
out.
great
We got to
exodus
work
of
out the
people just
kinks. Right,
leave,
just leave. Yeah, because
and
that's
then
all
you're
the room
like,
is
oh,
for.
what,
It's especially for that bus tour.
it's pop
We
ups.
rent up. Yeah, like a
Well, that's
pop
what
up.
I'm saying. So it's like if you could hit one club where it's like,
Because
because most
I mean, you'd
clubs will
say on
give
the
you
bus,
like
but
two
you
shows.
gotta have the club experience. See, so you couldn't just do it.
But that's why you can hit a club like once every 2 weeks or however often you run the tour.
Mm.
But it gives you the shuttle party bus, so you get to drink on the bus. You get your 2 drink minimum that you worked out with the club that we like. It's part of your package. It's your package deal.
It's L.A., so anything's
So
possible.
it should probably be. It'll be like hit a dinner spot. I know you got dinner food at the club too.
Oh yeah, you gotta see that's the other side of that too.
Because I was gonna say, so it's just like, all right, party bus,
But see,
get some
everybody,
food,
yeah.
get the drinks, back on the bus, or then boom, hit a nightclub maybe. But that's maybe for a younger crowd, like who's still trying to
We
be
be
out
thinking
all
of
night.
we be thinking up these business. I don't know about you, but I'm already tired of working. I just got jobs. So yeah, the idea of doing something innovative. I keep saying, somebody's got to invent something. I went into a shop today on Tahunga, and the woman had these really beautiful jackets out front. So of course, I'm going in to ask the price
Yeah,
of these
definitely caught your
beautiful
eye.
jackets. Yeah, man, that were out front. And I said to the woman, hey, what's the story there? She's like, well, that one's like they start at $450. I'm like, okay. Like in dollars? She's like, yes, in dollars, as I said.
and rupees and
It's
rubles.
like, oh my God. Yeah, but she's
I'm hoping full leather,
right.
like
No,
real.
they were just it's actually because I was in the industry, it was made out of like fabric that they actually use on sofas. It's actually upholstery fabric. Now, fabric, the beauty of that is that it stretches. Your couch as you sit on your couch and you think about it, fabric couch, you sit on it, that cushion's going to expand under your weight, okay? Some more than others, but it has to go somewhere so the material actually will like it stretches over time. Because you'll
Stretchy
see that way it's
jackets.
stretching. Yeah. So she's like explaining this to me and how, she sells to rock stars. And I'm thinking, yeah, for that fucking price, I guess, because,
Yeah, who else is
although,
buying this
right, who else
furniture?
is, I'm not a
Wear.
rock star, ma'am. Exactly. Furniture to wear.
Ooh, is that futon you're wearing?
Is that,
That is nice.
Is
What,
right?
what is that? Love seat?
That shut up. Is that
Look
easy
at
chair?
you.
Look at you.
You better go ahead.
Look at you in your easy chair. Yeah, that would be the whole
Happy
wearing-
Father's Day, Dad. I got you a nice lazy boy.
You've heard of loungewear? We have baka loungewear.
Perfect for Thanksgiving meals. You don't even have to unzip.
No.
It'll expand with
It's
you.
like, I don't know what it is about you, but I feel like I want to put my feet on your back. I'm wearing Ottoman.
I don't know why the cat keeps jumping on you.
Yeah, that would be interesting.
Man, for
but
the black grandma, you need the plastic covered
plastic covered
one.
jacket. Yeah, that'd be awesome. It's endless. See, great material. Because that's what it's all about, is taking any situation and thinking, man, I got to make something funny about that, because it really is. I mean, everybody that gets in my car, we talk about, I do Lyft. And you could literally, like I told Lee, I have a blast. I can tell the same freaking story every ride. So it's like, I'm working on material. I had two women in the car, and they're like begging me to let them out.
Now
She's like,
you
"I'm
know
gonna be
why.
a
Now you know why comics don't like when people YouTube them, because it's like, no, these jokes need to last me like
Yeah,
every
right.
club
Now,
I go
see,
hit,
yeah.
every show.
There's
Yeah.
And I want to point this out. What I noticed was is by the end of the how many rides did I do the other day? I did 8. By the end of the 8th ride, I was
You
all
perfected
fucking.
your material.
I perfected it. It was so well
You knew
done.
right where the joke, where the punches were, like where.
And don't forget, I have the opportunity that small rooms. It's called the
Yeah.
back seat, and
Yeah.
it's usually like all different types. So you have the very receptive guy, and then you have the guy who's like, you can see it in his face. Please don't be a talkaholic. Please don't talk to me, lady. Please.
Yeah,
Let me
yeah.
look
I've
out
been
the
that guy,
window.
like getting on a plane,
Yeah.
like. Hopefully, this
please.
book will discourage you from wanting to.
Yeah, well, if you get next to
The
me,
worst
never.
was like college. The Greyhound. The Greyhound was the worst.
Really? Oh yeah.
They don't care. You got a book to your face. Oh, what you reading? Like they'll pull it down.
What you got there in your hands? Yeah, let me read some of that. Why don't we read it? You can read it out loud to each other.
with their garbage bag luggage. Like,
Oh, I've been there. I've been there, garbage bag. I think that was one of the
the great
Ivana
dog.
Trump with her designer luggage. I'll never forget that. And home videos of me with my green trash bag. The look on my face and my husband, because it was one of those vacations where it just happened. It was like, hey, well, we're out 2 hours
the
away
moment.
from anywhere. Why don't
Yeah.
we just get a room for the night?
couldn't just hit a Walmart. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
it's like, yeah, right.
Get
That's
you
it. Now,
a
see,
3
that's the
set
whole-
for $40.
Right. Leave the tags on. We're going to return that shit in the morning.
Oh
Yeah,
my
that's
god, that was just a horrible flashback I just gave myself talking about that Greyhound.
Yeah, see,
They-
that's weird because I was just talking to that kid about taking a Greyhound.
Oh my god, they had such a wonderful way of turning like a 2-hour trip into like a 9-hour or just
Forever
It's-
and ever.
forever excursion. Just like
Dude, I took a Greyhound from Missoula, Montana, all the way to Boston when I was 18 years old, out in the middle of fucking nowhere. And pretty much like things I
Because
appreciated
they
is
stop in every little town,
yeah,
boy.
there was nothing really nice about the bathroom because you could tell wherever we hit a bump and there was a guy taking a piss. It was just whee all over the wall. It was like, damn, what are these people skywriting or what? And then you
Even,
realize
well, you just couldn't even sit too close to that thing either. Because
no,
as soon as they
it was
crack that seal,
it was
you're like,
bad.
oh.
Yeah, yeah. But that was all there. There was let's see, what else was there? Oh yeah, they went on strike. They dropped us off in New Jersey. Greyhound had gone on strike. And they were basically the guy stopped the bus, pulled over, and he said, "Everybody out, make your way over to Trailways. Greyhound is on strike. We got your luggage." And they just literally put up, dropped it right there, and they're like, "We're on strike. Get the fuck out."
Wow.
Seriously. And now what was great about
I don't
that?
know what's worse, getting kicked off of United Airlines or
just dumped,
the
right?
bus
It's
just
like,
dumping you off.
Well, we didn't have cell phones to
Hell.
record that shit. And the only way we could get over to Trailways, now mind you, we're not at the bus depot. We're somewhere in the general area where the guy just literally must have got the call and said, "Stop driving, we're on strike." We were just glad we were like,
Damn, it's
I had
kinda
to
walking
pay.
distance.
No, we had to get a cab, and it was
What?
it was this big heavy black dude, and he was driving a green Cadillac. And it was that incredibly deep green, and he's saying, "Yeah,
The green
I'm
is for the
supposed to have,
green is for the money. The gold is for the honey.
Yeah, he's like, I'm supposed to have tags, but I figure you folks need a ride. We all know that they be giving up Trailways, taking you down there. $10. I'm making my car payments. I'm like, that's a great idea. And who would have thought? Because
But
that
how
was
does
Lyft
this guy know
before-
right when the Greyhound was going to
Who knows?
go?
Maybe his brother worked for
Yeah,
fucking
like
Greyhound. Hey, yo, Earl, we got
He
some
must
serious
have had a
cash to be made down here.
CB in the
Yeah, right.
in the Cadillac.
Because that was the time everybody was doing that. Yeah, because they had the.
Larry, bring the Lincoln. I got my cash. We finna make this payment.
Yeah, that was
Sun
it.
rooftop, digging in the scene,
and a
gangster
gangster
lean.
lean. Woohoo! Yeah, no shit. But it was really something that you couldn't, like I said to that kid, you can't make this shit up. I mean, that was just like they're on strike, get out, and Earl.
I mean,
drove
at
us
least
over.
take me to the bus depot. Like
No,
that is so
just and being a
messed
kid,
up.
good thing that I had made friends. Because that's so hard for me to do. Made friends on the bus and had somebody to go over to Trailways with because it was pretty scary. I mean, as far as being in the middle of.
Oh yeah, you said you were 18.
I was 18, and bus depots are not in the gracious most part of town.
Oh my God!
It's like that whole area, and it was fucking New Jersey. Come on, will ya? It's either New York or New Jersey, but yeah, it was. But that's the beauty about being 18 is you have no idea that it's as bad as it is. You're just going, yeah, it smells really bad around here. I noticed that, like that stench. Yeah, it's called urine. Yeah, you in? Yeah, you're in.
Man,
yeah, it was
it's
pretty
such
pungent.
a stench, boy. I remember, I must have been in like the Paris subways or somewhere. Even it was like it felt worse than New York. I was like, oh my God,
Yeah, that kind of hang.
that
If
urine for sure.
If you're at a any kind of concert and you want to see the rows and rows, and I have a friend of mine who's a producer that when he sets all this up and they deal with all the vendors and where they're going to put the porta potties.
Yeah.
Now there was a show that I was at, which is the way they had the porta potties. Like you can tell bad planning. They had where the VIP were coming in and out, going on that side of the tent, and they had to literally walk by all the bucket houses that were all lined up, and there was only so much room for the crowd to stand in line for the Buckahauser, which is never enough. Okay, so you had traffic that was trying to get out. No,
Buckahauser?
Buckhouse. You know the Buckhouse? It's actually a Midwestern term. You're going to the Buckhouse.
I know of an outhouse.
Well, no, they call it the Buckhouse. The Buckhouse.
Buck.
It might even be Italian. The
like
Buckhouse.
Italian.
I'll have to. Yeah, it might be.
like
Yeah, it might be Italian.
Like a moose.
You're gonna go to the Buckhouse.
Buckahauser.
Buckahauser. Yeah, that was
You're
my
putting
grandmother.
the whole phrase together.
I am Buckahauser. I'll have to look that up. But anyways, I'll have to Google it.
Not
Buckahauser.
Buckahauser. All right.
But yeah,
you learn something new every day.
Something
folks.
new every day.
With AnnaMarie.
Yeah, they used to, the Italians
The
call
porta
it
potties.
Buckhouse. The porta potties. Yeah,
That's what I'm
man.
like. What?
It was so bad that they brought in. It could be. Yeah, Strata Lounger, Buckahauser, whatever. So we got material for that too. What's that toilet seat you're wearing?
You don't put the what's that phrase? You don't put the where do you take all the garbage? What's that called?
In the garbage.
Yeah, no, like the land, like a land. You don't put a landfill next to the an amusement park.
Oh no, that's actually a
Somebody did a
punchline.
joke
You
talking
don't
about
have, yeah,
how
yeah.
God wasn't a woman.
Shithouse door.
Yeah.
Next to that was one of the worst joke lines. I actually won $50 for the worst joke ever told. And actually, when they asked me who had told me the joke, I had to tell them it was my mother. But anyways, yeah, it's like really bad. But yeah, one of the punchlines is about that. An all you can eat buffet next to a Buckahauser. Oh, when in doubt, go down and dirty. But anyways, yeah, that whole thing where they had that, and then something had leaked, so they had sawdust. It was just like, who planned this? You've got only so many feet for people to walk. So yeah, that wasn't fun at all. Hey, we're doing it again. Why is it every time we get together, somehow shit always comes up?
Hey,
shit happens.
it happens.
It happens on our show on a regular basis. So we were talking earlier. You're in retail, right?
Yeah, I'm at Best Buy right now for at least another month. Don't tell them.
They don't listen to the show.
So,
They don't like funny people.
Ain't nobody laugh.
No, that's it.
From my job, I don't tell them anything about my personal life.
No, right? It's like,
And I feel
oh, please,
bad
God, no.
because you can see some people like they try to have those little work friendships.
Oh,
And I'm
yeah.
like, look, I'm just gonna, and I'm part time. Look, I'm gonna do my little few hours and I'm out. Like,
Yeah, I was in one. And
hey,
it
you
was
want to come
like,
drinking with us?
it's
No,
like,
I'm
no, I'm
good.
good.
Thank
Yeah. And certainly not you either. Yeah, that Best Buy that I was in trying to get something for my phone, and they were all standing in a group talking, and I was like, I hate to bother you, but is this the only place? And they all kind of reacted like, we're talking, lady. They all looked at me like I was breaking it up. I was like, I hate to make you work, but I do need to get something. Yeah,
Hate to make you work at your job.
Yeah, it's like I know you people, and I've said I know you people ain't on commission. It's just straight out because there ain't no way 30 of you would already ask me, you need help? Are you looking? You need help? Do you need something? Yeah, can I get that for you? That's all about commission. So like Best Buy. What was the store we used to have?
You might as well be because it's like you got all your little numbers you got to hit.
Right. Well, yeah, that's retail. Man. That was the grind, and I was a top right. I mean, dude, it was like every month it would start all over again, the rat race. You remember that?
My favorite moment was like they were like, "Oh, you didn't hit budget this month, and your number's going up." Like, well, damn, if I didn't hit it last month, you can't up my number.
Yeah, I would have the greatest month selling like whatever it was, and then the next month they'd have a contest on it. Whoever the top writer is, I'm like, damn it, it was me last month.
Right.
And I would not want to do it out of spite. Fuck you all, I ain't hitting that bonus.
Because they don't factor in any other things. Because it's like I'm in the connected home area, which is like routers and modems. So sometimes that stuff ranges from like $80 to
yeah. Where were you when I had it? Yeah, I had to buy one for my room.
But they measure me the same as like somebody selling big screen 4K TVs.
That's just wrong, Rocky. That is just wrong.
What the hell? Like, can there be a scale? Like, this doesn't make sense.
Well,
or even between like when your shift is. Like, nobody's buying $1,000 worth of connected home at like 9 a.m. unless they really had an issue.
Dude, to enlighten you, when you're bailing out for the. Did you do the holidays? Did you do Christmas? Did you work that?
Am I a gift giver? Oh
no. Did you have to work it? Did you work Best Buy for the
Probably.
holidays? You working there in December?
Yeah.
Because, dude, I worked a store where they were like, all right, we're having new hours to keep up with the midnight insane people, which I'd like to, punch everybody in the head.
Black Friday.
Because, Black Friday is actually an insult to people's intelligence, but they really don't know it. The marketing that goes behind that feeds on the blind sheep mentality. Just build it and the crowd will follow. Just say sale. I don't know why instead of, not for nothing, but religion was smart. Instead of calling him Jesus, they should have called him sale. Everybody would show up for that, okay? Just so you know, okay? And everybody would want a piece of that because it says sale on it. And people, I'd say, like, I'm working 11 to 11, okay? Now, think about this. You're a commissioned salesperson, and at 2 a.m, that couch that they've brought in is going to be $2.99. By the way, I'm not making commission on that because in order to sell that for $2.99, they have to strip the commission from all the salespeople. So when you go into a store and you see these bleary-eyed salespeople looking at you like, I freaking hate you for coming into because there is absolutely that one couch I might have 4 of.
Yeah.
So 20,000 people stand in line for it. Stores already know they have limit, and it says right on there, limited
yeah.
quality. Let me enlighten you people. What is that
Oh,
phrase?
limited quality? I've never seen that
Limited
phrase.
quantity. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
I
Limited.
was like,
But yeah, wait,
we're
two
gonna give
ninety
you our
nine.
cheapest
I guarantee
inventory.
you. Well, it's $2.99. It's got limited quality. Yeah,
Wow, I like
seriously.
that. We could, let's coin that phrase.
Let's coin that because it's the honest to God truth. I mean, people would come in and they would ask the most ridiculous questions over 109. Think about this: $199 recliner, and they'd say things like, "Is this gonna last?" What do you mean it's gonna last? You're gonna sit in it? Oh yeah, I don't know about
Can you
that.
get that in a 34 regular?
You know? Yeah, exactly. It's just like I like that.
Call back.
Call back. Yeah, man, it was just like the mentality of dealing with people and anything. I guarantee you that everybody that works with people in
Well,
the
they
social
had us working like Thanksgiving, and I'm like, what the hell? Like,
'Cause
I've never worked a job where they're
Yeah,
like
because we go, all right,
literally trying to
'cause-
make me work on
yeah.
the day of the actual holiday.
Like it's become a sport now to actually instead we're family time. Now I want you people to think about this at home. Where family time on the
Yeah.
holidays was actually spent, you know, things from we'd watch, you know, videos of the kids growing up. There'd be, you know, card games. We'd go out play football, you know, and have family time. Now it's turned
Absolutely.
into, first of all, nobody's looking at anybody because their faces are all on their phones. And now let's add to it, let's open the stores, take those people away from their family, and stick all the people who can't fucking stand each other into the stores to get you a gift like you really give a shit 2 months earlier than what you actually need. It's turned into
I've
it's
never
crazy.
participated. And it's weird because working that job finally made me participate. I've never done a Black Friday, like standing in line, none of that stupid stuff.
Well, they had that line in L.A. for what was it? The sneakers that you can only get from that one store anywhere, and you know, like there were people lined up. It's like if you could
I've
actually
never participated
motivate,
in that
could you
either, especially
imagine-
like re-releasing Jordans and like
Yeah, exactly. So
you got to
whatever.
stand in line for that. Like these were
Get-
new 18 years ago. Like what?
Yeah, well, you know, this is the world that we live in, and I still don't. It's like, when did having a life get replaced by a mall?
Yeah.
You know, when did it actually family
With credit
time?
cards.
Yeah, I don't know if to me a lot of people in the mall just look like the aimlessly walking dead. I mean, because it's just how much shopping can you actually?
I haven't even been
Do.
to a mall in
Right.
ages.
No, that was
It's all
was
Target
not
for
your
me
normal.
now.
Yeah, oh, you're a Target person.
I'm a so
Man,
Target. I got my red card and everything.
Do you really? I'm Marshalls, TJ Maxx. Get me in, get me
Oh, you
out.
don't mind a little
I'm
irregularity?
gone. Yeah, I don't.
Those shirts, yeah. I hate when that seam is like.
Is
you
that
can't even-
no?
You ever
dude.
tried to iron a shirt straight?
That's so wrong. No, but
that sleeve's a little just.
if that, yeah, no, I haven't had that misfortune buying my clothes just yet. I'm like going, is he talking about? Yeah, it's like usually a
well,
telltale
luckily,
sign.
hopefully they put a
Wait.
sticker on it.
The only places, you know, like I can honestly say to waste my time spending all day shopping. Like people actually, you know, let's go to the mall. Like to me, that has to be the ultimate. Is I have nothing to say to you, so let's go find something to distract ourselves from.
Even
that
like
fact.
on a date, like let's go to the movies. It's like it's 2 hours. I don't have to talk to you.
Yes.
It's like,
Actually, that's funny you should
let's
mention
go for
that.
let's
Yeah.
go for a bite and then watch.
Well,
a
as long as
movie and then,
you snuggle with me in the movies, you're okay with me. As long as there's that going on. But
hey,
yeah.
watch a romantic comedy.
It's
and
just
see
like
if you
that.
Gonna chill later.
Yeah, that's true. Which, you know, all those new
For those
phrases
prices,
I had to.
I'm gonna need because look,
I actually thought you
Man.
just you
movie prices now.
Oh my God! It's
Like
$17.
18, yeah, for like what?
What? Yeah,
Per
and then
person?
$12 for the popcorn. Fucking
Man,
filet.
I'm glad I'm
Oh, wait,
married
and-
now.
and
Because
then-
man,
That
I wish you would want to stop at the concession stand. Hell no! Like
No,
I'd
it's-
rather feed you. I would rather take you to a restaurant and feed you.
take the big
For these
purse and be
prices.
bringing the sandwich out like something
Oh
out
my
of
god!
like the
$18 for some M&Ms. Look,
Yeah.
we can go to Costco. I'll get you a whole
Oh,
box
bag.
of these.
Yeah. I'm waiting for them to have first down. Well, there was they set up the bar, okay, at the Cinemark.
Almost all of them. Yeah.
And I'm like, I can get
Full bar.
it. You know, it's like matinee, so I can get
Yeah,
a
yeah.
drink and just bring. Oh, you can bring it to your seat. Just what I want. A bunch of
Hey.
freaking drunk people to go
And
watch
then
a
you
movie with.
know, have you been to the ones that have the really nice?
Yeah,
like,
the
lounge,
recliner.
like complete lounge.
That one in
Talk about your
Studio
lazy
City.
boys. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
with the
just
electric
discovered
pull-out.
that. Yeah, I
Isn't
was
that
like,
good?
what?
Give a
Which is
whole-
horrible because my wife cannot stay awake during a movie to save her
Anyways?
life.
Oh, yeah.
Just period.
Just
Now a Barca lounger.
yeah, you're all
Like,
done.
come on.
You're a good nighty night. Yeah,
Come
well,
on.
movies have gone, but there's also that
But
like
if I was a teenage kid, oh, that could have
yeah,
been
but
the
see with that you can
best.
go to the back and chill is what you guys
That
call
could
it
have
now.
been the
You
best.
get
Bring
all
your
kinds
little
of names for it.
blanket. Because you can't go to her house. She can't come to your house. But y'all could just go catch a movie.
Yeah, that right.
Or two or three.
No, you can't.
And
So
then for $18, I'm seeing more than one movie. I'm sorry. I don't know about you.
no, I'm the one that sits
Are you
like
a good date? Do you bring the big purse?
to yeah, so you can have
All right,
stuff
see,
in it.
all right.
You got to be able. Like I said, I probably
I
would.
knew there was something I liked
I would
about
probably
you. You got
make
some
like
old school qualities.
those some incredible sub sandwiches.
Oh,
Like
okay.
maybe yeah, you get yourself a chicken parmesan sandwich. You think that I'm like, hey shit, you can buy pizza, just make it look like something. But yeah, the big purses. They haven't started frisking people to see what they're bringing in.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, what's that cologne you're wearing? That smells like eau de parmesan. Yeah. So I mean, parmesan. Yeah. So I mean, that was my first thought when
Is that
I
a
brought
Parmesan joke?
Parmesan. Yeah, it was actually. No, it's a Bucka House joke.
Just making sure.
Yeah. So yeah, the idea of spending that much, and we were talking about that
Plus the park,
yeah, that was the other
two
thing,
tickets,
right?
concessions, and she's still gonna want to eat.
Because we do that.
Popcorn isn't gonna do
Is
it.
it? No, it's not.
No.
And that's really something that to me what if you I
And at
hadn't
the
been
end
to
of
the
the night, you
movies
wanna
in a
thank
while.
me
That
for a
was the
good
other
night?
thing. I just right. I don't know if that's L.A. prices,
Thank
but I did find a theater in Studio City $1.75.
Yeah,
What's the name
was
of
one
that theater?
We had one in Tampa, man. We had the dollar movies. Oh, that was the best.
Wasn't
You
it?
could just go to watch the show of the people. Like, oh man.
Like there still is. It's in Studio City, folks. It is there, and it's $1.75.
There used to be one in Pasadena too. It
Yeah,
wasn't
that
like
you can
quite
go
a
see.
dollar. Do you know the name of it?
No, I don't.
said
Margaret took me there.
$1.75?
Yeah, man. But
We want you all to be informed, so I'm gonna look it up.
the new languages, as far as like that was the ladies was informing me. The younger women were trying to give me all the new up phrases to when you're out there dating, words you catchphrases like Netflix and chill. Of course,
Mm-hmm.
I really thought that meant you just stayed home and watched TV. And
Yeah.
they're like, no. And
With a little-
me thinking,
little
hey, you
bit of
want to
dick
come over
knocking
for
on
a
your
little
thigh?
little Netflix and chill? They're like, what? I'm like, they
Wait,
all
somebody
seem-
was misusing the phrase. Oh, you were using
me. I didn't know. It's
Hey,
like, why is
ladies.
everybody's so excited to go watch movies?
And Katie
when I
O'Brien
say
was like,
that.
sure.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
Yeah, she don't watch the show.
Our friend
either.
Katie's
Don't-
a
don't-
lesbian.
she don't watch.
Or
the
as
show
I like
either.
to call them, a lesby friends.
Let's be friends. Yeah, they're all
So
gonna.
Pacific Sherman Oaks.
Yes,
There you go, folks. Pacific Sherman Oaks. Save yourself a few bucks.
$1.75.
$1.75 movies. Now this is across the street from That's across the street from Best Buy.
See, there you go. Now you got a new place to go watch movies, so it won't hurt so
Is
much.
it just on a
if she
specific
falls
day?
asleep, it's only $1.75 you're losing, not $17.
No, that's why I like my Amazon Fire Stick.
Oh,
with-
really?
With Cody.
Oh,
Should I admit that on?
Yeah, I'm wondering if you get a discount, you can get me in on that. But good thing I don't watch your show. Do you tell people what you do, or you're saying no one knows that you're a comic and work?
No.
No.
It's starting to slip out because I'm starting to get a little more comfortable, but I try to not to know.
No, and talking about the whole thing, like in things that come up, I worked the May Day thing at Town Hall. It was a rally, so I was a PA for the thing doing whatever they told me to do. So the guy that was driving the big, huge trailers that they bring in and out, we get into a conversation, and somehow the subject of oral sex came out. And I worked a construction bar, not with me. He's talking about his girlfriend.
Gotcha.
And he's like he's taking a survey. This is how he presents the question. I'm just curious, but as a woman, do you have a problem with did you perform oral sex? You were married, blah, blah, blah. I go, perform? I go, that's kind of a funny way to put it, but, no, it never bothered me. He goes, I have to ask your opinion on this. My girlfriend, and she's so willing, and he goes into this detail about how his girlfriend she won't swallow. I'm like, okay. But like I said, it's like my mind's going, are we actually having this conversation? Should I just tell him, really, I don't want to have this? But he's so like, it's so documentary style. It's not like he's being like, he's not being gross.
Ludicrous,
Right.
like,
He's
yeah.
just being a matter of
I'm
fact.
really doing
it's
scientific
just-
research right
yeah,
now.
no, but what he was looking for was, is there any way that you could help me give her some better techniques so that she can
Stop
and
scraping
wait,
the
and
fuck
he
out of my
goes,
dick.
he stops and he goes, look,
That's just her not
I
wanting to do anymore.
no,
Maybe he'll stop asking.
no, he said, that's just,
You know what, baby, I got it.
I got it. No, no problem.
I got it.
But he actually says to me, I
You
have
sure,
a
honey?
video. He actually says, I have a video of her and I. Would you like to see it? Now, any possible chance at that moment, I'm looking at him. You know how it's like train wreck? I can't look away. like,
Sure, why
like,
not?
why not?
I'm this far in. I'm
right?
invested now.
I'm invested. Oh, so
Let me
we
see.
have the actual documentary, the dickumentary. We've
But
got
can
the
you imagine
dickumentary.
being that woman?
Oh
not
my
knowing
God.
your
So
man
now
is out
I'm
here going like,
can you
give me a few pointers.
Pointers
Hey,
on
honey,
that.
this lady told me
Just
what
told
you,
me.
what you should be doing here. You should be cupping the balls.
And of course, the other guy, you got the other guy coming around the corner going, oh yeah, man, she looks like she's having I'm like, yeah, man,
a difficult time.
She ain't breathing through her nose. Tell her she needs to breathe through her nose right there. So it was like, man, you can't make this shit up. It was, like I said, I was like, okay. So he's like, I cannot believe in that. He's like, this means so much to me. I'm like, okay, dude, you do that. And whatever you do, do not.
Wait, what were your pointers?
My point is, well, it was actually quite funny because, like I said, his buddy was like, "Oh yeah, man," because you see right there,
She's not
I'm
breathing
like,
through her nose.
this poor woman. Could you
Yeah,
imagine? So, honey, today in work we had a little bit of a discussion. Yeah, let me give you some pointers. You need to breathe better, okay? And of course, I'm laughing, going, "You would be dismembered and beaten to death with your dick." If I ever, as the woman, found out that you actually brought out your phone,
Right.
which ladies, take that.
Don't worry, honey. I'm not going to show anybody.
And then I said to him, I go, how long have you been with this woman? He goes, 5 years. I go, well, let me just give you a little bit of a hint. Right now, if you were to walk out and you ask all the guys who've been with the women for a while, if they even get their lips wet, all right, that basically you're a very lucky man, and you should be thankful the woman isn't even making an attempt at all on your ass that you photographed in these. What kind of man shows somebody else?
For real, man. And then, because in some clips I've seen, it's like, I don't know what's going on with these guys. I saw one guy trying to, like, hold the girl's nose. And it's like, you're trying to suffocate the woman. Like,
no,
what the heck? Like,
I
these
happen to be
dudes
privy
are
to any of that.
freaking
Yeah, it's just
crazy.
it's just kind of funny. Although one of my favorite stories was my girlfriend. She's since passed, but she had she was really upset, and she had a boyfriend, and they were staying with me while they were building their house, right? And when I lived in Florida, so I get up in the morning, she's all upset. She's like, "You're not gonna believe what happened. I caught Pete watching porn on his laptop. He was sitting at the end of the bed." And, I wouldn't mind, but they were all like 20-something-year-olds. And I went, yeah, I don't think you're going to find many
nobody wants to see
middle-aged
60-year-old porn.
I'm like, it wasn't animals or little children, so he's watching 20. That's normal behavior. But that's what I said. When's the last
that
time
is
you
the
saw a
porn
50-something-year-old? Yeah. It's just like granny.
I saw there was some Netflix.
Granny porn? Come on.
There were some Netflix videos about, like, life after porn. I was like, wow, there's a series.
Is it really?
I was like, I think it was Netflix. It might have been Cody.
It might have been Cody.
Yeah, I was just like, that is interesting. I wonder what life after porn is, because it's like, how do you go to a regular job? I don't know. Like, at least money-wise, plus being recognized like that. Now, that's a funny story that I had at Best Buy. So one of my coworkers, I'm ringing this lady up, and he walks by and goes, "Oh, like, I'm a fan of your site or your page." So, and then he walks by, he goes off, and I'm like, "Oh,
that's awesome."
My wife is getting into blogging. What's your page about? Like, what's your vlog about? And she was like, adult content. And I was like, oh, okay.
Wow.
I was like, I'm gonna have to tease that guy later, but okay, no, that's interesting. So then I catch him later. I'm like, oh, really, dude? Da, 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 da. He was like, yeah, da, da. And he shows me, of course. And I was thinking, like, young guys at work, because I'm like, this isn't work. I'm out of corporate America, right? Like,
right.
Old school corporate America. So I'm like, not work appropriate, but whatever, different generation. And so the next day, another person comes in, and I'm ringing her up. and she gives me her ID, and her name is Crystal Lightning.
Well,
So I was like, "Oh, are you?
do you have a
Yeah,
website?
are you an actress or It's just like,
That's like Lee
no,
getting
no, I'm not in the business, and da 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 da. I was like, oh, hey, no,
Crystal
I'm
Light.
just
Can you
wondering.
imagine? Yeah, the names. We were talking about the dating sites and some of the names. I mean, if I pulled them up, it's like, okay, first of all, if you're in a dating site, there should be rules against men taking selfies in the
Like screen
bathroom.
your profile names.
Their profile names are ridiculous.
Okay.
They are ridiculous. Giddy up, go, whatever. But Big Daddy, Big Slam, some of the stuff that I've seen.
Yeah.
And the other side of that is, the profile pic of the man with the shirt off in the bathroom, but taking the picture from this angle, and he's got that look on his face where he's got the phone down. He's looking like this, or the picture of him actually with another woman, but he's got the face kind of blurred out because you're not allowed to show that, like stupid or like guy with no shirt on in front of his motorcycle, and you just want to write in and go, sorry about your penis, but
And it's funny because I never understood guys with like shirtless pics on Facebook or whatever. Like,
what's
dude,
up
I
with
can't,
that? Who
I can't
cares?
accept your friend request. Put on a damn shirt.
Yeah, it's like, seriously.
Like, I don't care. You've been doing your P90X. You didn't put
Yeah.
all in the, put the
Well,
work
do you
in.
remember the comedian that did that? Who was it that did like the girls taking selfies, and he looks behind them and the bed's not made, and he's like, man, I don't give a shit because those titties are gonna go. I want to know, can clean your room?
Yeah,
Can you
yeah,
cook?
yeah.
Can
No,
you,
the girl who didn't, she's taking the bathroom selfie
and the turd in
and
the
didn't
toilet?
flush.
It's like, what are you thinking? Yeah, what are you thinking?
Ew.
They now
I
see,
love the ones where it's like mom getting sexy, but then you see like a kid somewhere in the
well, that and that could actually be. Do they have a website?
they'll do,
Shitty
I love some
selfies?
people will put like a little collection together. Those are my favorite little meme type little collections.
Oh, of all the like
just
stupid
weird
selfies that
profile
people,
pictures.
yeah, that people take. It is frightening. Like I said, serial killers all seem to have a Sears family portrait over their couch, and every one of those late night killer show movies on Lifetime or something like that. Bob was an average man. How they find, and you just wonder, like, why would he actually think he could get away with that? It's those shows are kind of crazy because and if I did the research, I will guarantee you, Sears portrait hanging over the couch. The family, I never had one of those. Never did a family. Do you got a family portrait?
We do, but not like, I don't think
I might ask those questions
we wouldn't
on
do
dates.
like Sears. It was like we would occasionally do those annual church portrait photos. Yeah,
everybody in their Sunday best.
Yeah.
Did the idea? Did you go over the tradition? We went home Sunday dinners with family.
No.
Now, being Italian,
We had a lot of family dinners, but it wasn't like a regular night.
we had Sunday dinner. My grandmother, of course, that woman never left the kitchen. She actually had a rocking chair in there, and she was always apron cooking. That's where she lived. And my grandfather,
Where she lived.
She lived in the kitchen. Seriously, what a cook too. But we grew up with that Sunday dinners, the Italian style. We'd have the big salad, then you have the pasta and 53 million desserts. And your grandmother telling you that, my grandmother was always telling me I was so skinny I was going to die. But man, I wish those days were back. But yeah, and having that family tradition and watching like my Uncle Joe, my Auntie Chutza. I actually had an aunt named Chutza. Okay.
How do you spell that?
I have no fucking clue, but it's Auntie Chutza. Chutza. Yeah.
All right.
So Uncle John had the
What's
the
Chutza?
wife
Lose a house. What's it called?
in the bucket house. He had the wife beater that actually looked like you had taken old tablecloths and sewn them together because they were like so stained. He had the big belly and he smoked a cigar and he drank this putrid red wine. And your mother would be like, go give Uncle John a kiss. And you're a kid going, oh, right? Didn't Eddie Murphy do that about go kiss your Aunt Esther with
your Aunt Bunny or
your Aunt
something.
Bunny. Yeah, that's right. Growing up with that, but that's what made that so funny because I immediately thought of my Uncle John and his wretched cigar ass breath and those horrible T-shirts. And I remember like there was one thing that they used to play this game of Polca.
Mm.
All the guys would sit, and my grandfather used to eat lupini beans and wine, and only adults could have the lupini beans, right? So as
Lupini
lupini
beans?
beans, right? It's an Italian thing. So, anyways, Google it. They're really, really wicked salty, and of course, you thought they had to taste like food from the gods because you weren't allowed to have it. None of the kids could have it, and they'd sit there playing. So the first thing I did when I saw them in a store, I had to get a jar of them. I remember seeing them in an Italian.
How
I'm like,
old were you?
oh my god! There's like, no, I'm in my 20s, and I see this jar of lupini beans, and I'm like, I've always
I'm old
wondered.
enough
I've
now.
always wondered. Yes, I'm an
I'm
adult.
waiting to see how you snuck some when you were a kid.
No,
but okay.
man. Oh no,
You waited.
you did not. No, man. That was my grandfather was a barber. Okay, and he had the
Straight razor. The belt.
yeah on the belt.
Yeah, yeah.
And that leather strap was real thin. He was, old school, and you
You would
talk
catch
about get
that
a whipping.
strap.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you betcha. I used to watch him shave give my brother the summer crew cut, and that had to hurt because I guarantee you he did not probably use, that rubbing your cutting your hair, for a kid that was kind of brutal too. But I remember that, all of that.
What's interesting, you're mentioning the Sunday dinner. So for me, it was like my best friend Mike's grandmother's house, which was directly across the street from me. And this was one of those families like, so what his granddad would do was when a house would become available on our block, he'd buy it and put family into it. So I literally grew up with like
Wow,
this whole
that's-
family. Yeah, yeah. They own like half the block or more.
Yeah, that was
And
right.
my best friend Mike was like 2 blocks over.
Right.
So it was every day over there. Family dinner, like every night was family dinner night,
and
and they always play cards,
card
and
games or
everything
something like that.
And his grandma was to this day so sharp, like, and here I was. I remember going back in college, and playing her, and she getting beat at Scrabble, and I'm like, I know more words than you. I'm like, I'm in
Scrabble.
college.
Yeah, to this day.
I know you, but like didn't finish high school. Like I know I should know more words than you.
Yeah, I grew up. We used to hang on the. We called it the corner, and it was all the kids in the neighborhood, and we used to play whist, and we had teams.
Whist or
and
bidwit?
Is
Is that the same?
Whist or whisk?
Lee? Is that this? No, maybe not.
No, it was just called whisk, 7-hand whist. And maybe it's a K, maybe it's a T, but all I know is we used to go, and everybody would play cards, and we had leagues and stuff like that. But we all hung out together. Whether it was just the great, and of course that was when Mother's Little Helper came out. All the moms were on Valium, okay, and that's when prescription. I would have to say that was when prescription medication, where you would go, I'm tense, I'm stressed, and the doctors would prescribe Valium and Xanax for the housewives. And then they were on a diet. So I remember, watching my mother fucking vacuum, the lawn outside. I don't know what it is. I got these new diet pills, the Salins and what have you.
Excedrin or something?
Yeah, no. Ephedra, no. They were on amphetamines.
Yeah.
Back in the
Speed.
day,
Yeah.
the book, going back in time, Valley of the Dolls was huge based on that. Housewives being stuck on all these prescription medications. And so, that was a generation when kids first started going, fuck the acid. I could just go in mom's medicine cabinet, all kinds of pills in there. But yeah, man, we all used to gather in the neighborhood. My mother had a laundry room that was downstairs, and we had built a porch. So we used to all go underneath. We put plywood underneath the porch, and we'd get. Now we're like 12 or 13. We get booze, and everybody's drinking. Doing the regular rotten teenage years. And my Aunt Josie with the googly moogly eyes used to be down, and she was living with us, folding clothes, and she'd look up, and she'd be yelling at us kids. She looked like a Boston Terrier. Her
she
face.
could see you from the
Yeah.
basement.
Son of a bitches, get out from under there. I know what you done. Tell your mother. I was like, no, you won't. She never did because she hated confrontation. So, nobody got their ass
She loves
whipped.
threats, but no confrontation.
No confrontation. Yeah, man, that was funny. But, with the way kids are today, it's like no one even looks at themselves to each other. I mean, everybody's it's so surreal to me that people are actually living a whole life based on that, looking in the phone at what everybody else is doing, living
But
their
to
life.
communicate with each other, being right there.
No, right there. Nobody.
Or just showing each other things.
Yeah.
Like, oh, look at this. Look at
Right.
that. And it's just like.
I think that's one of the most disturbing things that, to honestly say that about being single
Yeah.
is like if I'm telling you right now that to me, there's nothing more disturbing than if a man's sitting with me and he's looking at his fucking phone.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I don't care what you put the phone down. And things that it's really kind of funny because things that men don't register that
Mm-hmm.
women you're married, so tell me if I'm wrong. Because if you've got enough education to go, women actually take information in. We're watching everything you do. We're actually, yeah, I see how many times you looked at that phone. He didn't pull my chair out. Because I have friends of mine that say, well, and then women get together, and if they're talking about the guy, yeah, he did this. I mean, they actually critique the way the man is actually. That's the big conversation after the date. How he treated you, what he said, how much attention you got, what annoying habits he may already have that you're not sure that you can live with.
that you
That you're
that
just
you're
not sure.
already ready to try and
Right.
change.
That's how, yeah, right? Isn't that just like a woman? And, he did have that shirt on, but, I would have dressed him. He would wear green. Now, when he's with me, that man's going to be wearing green. Suddenly she's in your closet going, hey, baby, wear this, just outright. I'll go out and buy you shit for you. Hey, yeah, you got this shirt, you got that shirt. Yeah, as far as like, if I would think men would enjoy that kind of pampering, but you don't realize you're being kind of like, you don't even know what's happening while it's happening. And the next thing you know, you're an old man sitting on the bed going, honey, I don't know what to wear. And she's like going, you ain't going out in that.
I'll just sit down and just
right.
wait till I dress you. I'll be done in
It's a
minute.
cycle. Your mother started it. Next thing you know, it's the woman's shit. It's how it all starts.
Because that's why I probably, when a man gets to his like 20s and 30s, we rebel for real. Because it's just like, I already had one woman raising me. So, no, I'm not going to no.
Yeah, I'm wearing
nothing
what I
you
want.
say. Yeah.
That's
I'm rebelling against everything you're trying to do.
right.
Yeah,
Stop trying to change me.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
right. This is who I am. Yeah, all that. Yeah, but it's
And then
really
you get married, and then the cycle repeats
Just the
itself.
cycle
And then
repeats itself.
yeah.
and then you're the guy looking all mystified in the and men don't realize because the different
And you'll see
phases.
him like in the speaking of malls, like all just sitting there holding the
On the
purse.
purse, sitting there.
It's a whole row of just.
In fact, when you think about it, how the malls caught on to that, and they're like, let's put massage chairs, keep the men's asses nice and comfortable, and let the bitches shop and spend all their money. So even though they're in pain, it's getting kind of rubbed out. Oh my God, she's over there. I can see her in Bloomingdale's. Oh.
Are the men getting the massages? I thought it was mostly the women.
No, they have small little like.
I know they have the little
let's think
in
of
the
it.
middle
What
of the
men
mall.
didn't realize happened. First, there were little daycare stations for the kids.
Little PlayStations.
Place
little
it. You could drop your kid off and go shop. Now they say, now how can we? Because the man's like, man, bitch, I want to go. I don't want to go.
I don't
Well,
wanna be
now
here
we
anymore.
graduated to having an area that men, and you'll see them all sitting there in their chairs abandoned. They're
Okay. Someone come claim this gentleman.
Yeah. And then, at the end of your life, you're in the fucking nursing home. You're abandoned all over again. You in the bed, and there they are. Right. So it's like
They're
this-
not abandoned anymore. They got that Viagra now.
oh, that's right. That'd be the villages in Florida, right? They had the largest STD outbreak population among 75 plus.
Hey.
75 plus.
Make it up for lost time.
It's like, I don't, yeah, well, it's like, where did you
worry
first?
about no pregnancies?
No, just crotch rot.
Come
I mean,
here, Margaret.
seriously, yeah, I'm not. Might get some blue waffle on that. I had the women Googling that in my car. Yeah, please. She was like, oh my God, is that a vagina?
You're the worst driver. Ew.
It was hysterical to go, really? They got that? I'm like, yeah. I said, you better hope you guys wearing a rubber band by Michelin, still belted front and back. I mean, are you kidding me? Because we had that, you guys Googled that on the show. That was just wicked. So the lady said what I said. Why would they name that after my favorite food? I said, sticks in your mind, don't it? That's it, man. Yeah, I don't know. It was really kind of funny, everybody's perception of like, I want to stay married because and the woman said, all the reasons why being single is just a nightmare for anyone who's been in a long-term relationship. The pressure of like and that's the other thing. It's like in my mind, the way you swipe left and right on these dating sites, it's almost like that's how people treat each other in actual dating. Because while they're sitting with you, they're looking at, let's see, what am like, why would I settle for you?
And they've already got their exit plans,
Right.
like strategy together. Like,
Right.
all right, listen, if things aren't going well, text me, call me, whatever. Oh, I gotta go. It's an emergency.
I just like everybody goes, well, it's your driven purpose. And I'm like, okay, well, that would be no problem, except that to me, it's the most awkward. And you know me, I'm very I can talk to anybody. And I found that the dating sites were the most awkward way to meet people. Because everything, the guy was like, all right, well, this has been a really good conversation. And now that we've gotten through this phase,
You mean
this
like
this is
chatting
what he
through
said.
it?
No, he
Oh,
chatting first.
okay, and then phone
Okay. And then
calls.
he's like, okay, then a phone call. And he was actually evaluating each step to the next step. Okay, well, that was really good. We did really good texting and we've had a great conversation. And now we'll see how the coffee goes.
He keeps
Seriously?
giving you your peer reviews.
Yeah, my, and I was like, okay, sir. It's like,
And
really?
it's funny too. People probably have uh more than one lined up. Anyway, like, oh, we'll see how this one's going, and if it's cool, I'll stay. If it's not, I'll line something up
Right,
for
and,
after
and we're
this.
gonna do something after this, and I think for me it's like that sense of humor, where no matter where I am,
Hmm.
that thing that when people say just do you, it's like I wouldn't know how to be any other way. So to meet my women friends was like, oh my god, I would hate to be single. I have such a hard time meeting people, and I'm like, I get asked out probably 4 times a day, and this is no shit. And there's no age limit to how old they are. I work skirball, which is I'm actually doing a prom. I did a bat mitzvah over the weekend, and the woman gave me flowers. I got asked out by a well, they work there. The young man that worked there, and that fascination. I'm like, you're like 20, what? No, I just like I said, put you in the swing set and push you. I mean, I'm good. Thank you very much. But yeah, it's really kind of interesting, and to hear women say that, as far as like I always say. They said, whatever it is that you do, the girl goes, I would love to can it. And I just started laughing. I go, why don't you try smiling? Because, I mean, it could be me. But, it's like, I know women hate that when, like, there's a big campaign about men saying, why don't you smile? But it's like, I would say that to anybody. Be approachable. That might,
Help your
you're looking at a
chances.
man like you're going to rip his dick off and beat him with it. We'll have the video, and I'll watch it because that's how I am.
She really
Uh,
clobbered him.
oh
Yeah.
my God, yeah. But it's like I said, being out here in LA, being out here amongst all you talented, incredibly brilliant, remarkable comedians. I'm looking for ways to
Well, speaking of which, I'm gonna slide this in before we wrap
please
it up.
do.
Like this. Um, I'm reminded of, and I thought this before he even did the bit. What is his name? Gary Owen did a bit about, like, if a woman ever wants to learn how to get better at that, the only video she needs to watch is Honey versus Mr. Marcus,
No,
which is Corinne Steffens, aka Superhead.
really.
Yeah. If a woman ever has any kind of,
You heard that? You
how
hear
to
that,
improve
ladies?
my
And
technique, that one video.
and husbands, what you can get your wife for
Bam.
Valentine's Day of next year, it'll be like, honey, I'm just saying.
That's a how to
Keep the
for
peace,
you.
and keep the peace in the house. From what I
Hey,
understand, it is the greatest gift.
keep them empty.
Right. That's all they.
Keep
Men are
your-
so simple,
Have
ladies.
your
Why do
man
you
walking outside with
overcomplicate
a
it?
loaded gun?
But yeah, between the sheets is next. If you guys want any more further pointers on the power of voices, please listen to these two ladies, and they talk about all that. She got toys to help you along.
Can we?
And
Okay,
we
we're,
all
we're
done.
not.
We're
Do
gonna
we
take
don't
it
have the
out.
rights to sing that, do we?
No. No, somebody be looking for the rights to that. Hey, join us next week when we'll actually get our guest to show up. I hope and look forward to that. You guys, this is me, AnnaMarie, on the Power of Voices, the Comedy Hour. And Rocky, thank you so much for joining.
Always a
Catch
pleasure.
us next week, people. And out with Lee.